Hello, this is Pastor Phil. I'm a big fan of those moments right before you wake up, when you're just waking up but you're not quite there. That's one of the things that makes Saturday morning so nice for most of us. Without the need to be up early or to set an alarm clock, we can take time to drift out of slumber. If you pay attention to those moments, they're wonderful. Without too much thinking, there's a feeling of peacefulness and a simple joy at having woken up again. You almost feel a little smile coming to your face. But being the fallen creatures that we are, we don't allow ourselves too much time in that state of bliss. When the rest of our brain wakes up, it starts to ask questions. What day is it? What has to be done today, or else the world will end? What mistakes did we make yesterday that we now must wallow in? Who hurt our feelings yesterday, and what should we have said to them? Where are the problems? And after all that, you might feel like going back to bed again, just to have some peace. The ability to think like that, to plan for the future and evaluate the past and manage our relationships, is part of what's helped humanity to get where it is. It certainly has its place. We all have things we need to do today. We all made mistakes yesterday. Somewhere in the world, someone let us down yesterday. There's not a person alive that does not have what could be labeled a problem that they must deal with. But are those things worth handing away every moment of peace in our lives? Are those things worth trading away our ability to take joy in living? There's a dreary taskmaster inside your head whose opinions were formed by things outside of your control, events that were not yours to shape, and voices you never agreed with. And that voice will never be happy with anything. He's the one who is never satisfied. He ruins your vacations and your days off and your moments after waking and every other moment that you give him. The first step to having power over this voice is to realize that it's not yours. And it certainly is not the voice of Jesus, who said in the book of John, "I came that they might have life and have it abundantly." Once you recognize that, you can learn to stop listening. We can stop giving that voice energy. We can plan without being fixated or anxious for the future. We can reflect on the past without being tethered to the ground by it. We can truly listen to each other without the need to be right all the time. And then the peace and the joy that we somehow innately know should be ours starts to fill up more of our days, beyond those first few moments of wakefulness, so that we can start to have a peace that can truly meet whatever troubles we encounter. Many of us are hoping that the new year, which begins this Friday, will signal a turning point. That when we put 2020 behind us, that things will get better for ourselves, for our families, for our nation, for our world. And I certainly hope and pray that as well. But remember, the one thing you know for sure about 2021 is that you're taking yourself with you. The events of 2021 are not certain, but what is certain is that how you experience them will be determined by how you choose to encounter them, by how much peace and joy you allow yourself, and how much time you spend listening to that voice of dissatisfaction. What if everyone chose peace? What would the world be like next year? What part would we be playing in the healing of the world? In the name of Jesus, I invite you to wonder about these things, so that the peace which passes understanding may be with you today and every day of the new year.